Hello, I'm Fabio Hart coming back with another video. In this video, guys, what I want to talk about is what's going on with me lately over the last, I guess, few days or so. I want to talk about the importance of your employees. You know, I get so many emails, right? Get so many emails, so many calls. Talk to a lot of people, franchise and non-franchise alike. And um, I wish I could tell you that there was a one set formula, right, for hiring your employees, keeping employees, having them not leave, or uh, having them do whatever it is you want them to do whenever you want them to do. But there's no set formula. Okay. The thing is that just recently we just lost a contract, a fairly big contract. Okay. So the way it was set up is that actually a franchise came in. They underbid the numbers that we already had in. We had this contract for a significant amount of time, and they underbid that, but the client wanted to keep the employees, right? They wanted to keep the employees that we had with Hollywood Janitorial Service, my business. Uh, so you're up against a situation where you have very good employees, right? Who's willing to go the extra mile. You can either keep them and let them go, or I should say, let them go. And when I mean let them go, let the client keep them under the new regime, so to speak, right? The new franchise, because they were accustomed to the employees that we had there because they do great work, but they wanted to pay obviously lower wages, right? Not wages, but uh, a lower dollar amount for a new company. So what happened in this regard? Okay, this is why I say training is very, very important. And when I say training, that's very broad, okay? Because there's a lot of different ways that you can train. Now, I actually have a course that I put together, and you're going to hear me talk about it a little bit more and more because right now there's a lot of questions about how to keep employees. Fabio, how do you do it? How do you keep these employees and you work in this business on autopilot in Georgia, Ohio, Michigan, and etc. And I don't have a high, turnover rate. My employees listen to me. They come to work. They're not perfect. Let's get that straight, right? But for the most part, they're very good employees, right? But I have a knack for picking talent. Okay, everybody don't have that. The thing is that I used a method of always be hiring, like I tell you guys to do, right? I say always be hiring, no matter what, right? Somebody asks you, are you hiring? Yes, we're always hiring, right? You're steady collecting applications. Throughout the course of collecting applications, you do want to interview, certain people. You don't have to do everyone, but you want to interview certain people. You want to kind of get a feel for the energy, okay? It's this book that I bought. It's an incredible book. I actually have it on my community tab. I don't have it here in the room with me now, but I started reading it as soon as I bought it. I started because there's a lot of information in there that I didn't know, while there was a lot of information that I did know. But I have a course on hiring, firing, how to keep talent, how to, I guess, train to a certain degree. Like I say, the training it's a broad topic. It's more to it than just training them to come to work or training them to do this contract and that contract, right? So every other week, which is twice a month, my company, we have like a little boardroom type of setting, meeting where I actually listen to them because again, they're at these contracts, I'm not, right? They're cleaning, right? So when they raise ideas or they have certain ideas of certain different things that we can do or to make it better in the atmosphere for them, right? And make it better for the actual client, certain things. Because here's the thing, your employees might suggest something, guys, that you're currently not doing, but they think it'd be a better way to do it, right? For the atmosphere. And they may bring it up at the meeting, okay? And then you can internalize it to see if it's a good fit for the nature of your business, if you're willing to go that route. And then you can in turn talk to the contact person and get an okay, pretty much a sign off on it to make sure that it's okay to do, right? Nothing specifically I'm talking about here, guys, but you want to be engaging with your employees. Employees like to feel like they're a part of something, right? They feel like if they just come into work and you just throwing a mop in a broom in their hand and a dustbin and you tell them, go ahead, clean this, and I want you to do this, and you only got 2 or 3 hours to do it, it doesn't sound too fun. Now, I've talked on many other videos about how I deal with my employees. Like I've given them tickets to Beyonce and Cardi B and the summer jams and baseball games and basketball games and different things like that. I offer profit sharing. But this is as your company grow. I don't want you to get caught up on doing that uh, and make yourself feel like you're buying them. Even with pizza deals, I talk to a lot of people on my coaching calls, which I suggest that you guys take advantage of. I talk a lot about on my coaching calls how to deal with this, right? So many people, I swear, so many people are losing contracts left and right due to the fact that their employees are walking off or not showing up. The owner have a job, right? Or have other obligations. They can't really do this, but now it's, the battle of the income. It's battle of their job versus the business, right? And it is a way around that. So if you want to know exactly, it's two things you can do. Okay, you can pre-order for my employment hiring course that we have coming. Okay, it's only $400. Okay, you don't have to do it, or you can do it. It's up to you. It's not a push on you guys. It's $400 for that. Okay, or you could get on my coaching call. Now you guys know my coaching is $300 an hour. It's very well worth it. The way I suggest you guys do it, because with my coaching, I like to cover it from A to Z, okay? And it's just real quick to let you know, I like to cover it from top to bottom, from the startup process to the marketing. I'll kind of break it down in modules, or break it down in sections, if you will, right? If it's something specifically that you need coaching on, you say, Fabio, I just want to talk specifically about hiring or marketing. I just want to talk, I got it started up and everything, because we don't want to waste your time or waste your money, right? I want to make sure the impact is severe, right? Okay, so if you're interested in coaching, just put coaching in a subject line, email me, coaching, okay? It's $300 an hour. If you're interested in pre-ordering the employment hiring course that we have, we'll be launching that very, very soon. Then just put coaching course, okay? I'm sorry, coaching course, employment course, right? In the subject headline of the email, and we can kind of set you up for that, okay? So to move back at the top of the video, I was telling you I lost the contract and kind of what happened with the employees. Here's the thing. If you have a great talent, meaning employees, subcontractors, whatever, try to lock them in. What I mean by lock them in, you have them sign a non-disclosure agreement, right? A non-compete agreement. And if you have any type of subcontractors contracts, as I do, and or other forms that that could be helpful for you and for them, then you kind of put them on that paperwork, okay? If you have those items, okay? Like I said, you want to be engaging. You want to make them feel like they're a part, even if they're vendors. Vendors, I tell people all the time, I pay my vendors 70-30. Now, a lot of people disagree with me. I've talked to other YouTubers and other people on YouTube. They think that's relatively high, but I don't, because if I'm cleaning a building consistently, week after week, month after month, year after year, guys, at the end of the day, I'm steady billing them, right? The greedy become the needy, right? I'm steady billing them. So I could give them 70% for this one-time carpet cleaning or floor care cleaning or whatever the case is, right? Painting, whatever. And I can take 30% of the deal, considering the fact that I'm not doing it, right? So when you pay the man more, you pay the gal more, they're more willing to come back and do more work for you. That only makes sense. But you put them on a powerful subcontractor agreement, right? You put them on a non-disclosure agreement, okay? Non-compete. You want to have this stuff. You want to make sure you cover your business, okay? But be just as engaging. Now, it's different from a subcontractor to an employee. I'm going to be talking in the course that's coming up. It's going to be just for employees, guys. Okay, so if you got subcontractors, you probably want to do a one-on-one coaching with me, and I could tell you how I deal with my subcontractors, right? How I keep them. And a really simple way to tell you is that we pay. The check is already there. I have what I like to call cash on deck, so I don't necessarily have to wait till the check come in from the client. Because some people do, they say, well, I gotta wait till the check come in, and then when the check come in, I can pay you, right? Which means you have to put the subcontractor on the back burner for a minute until the check come in. Well, nobody want to wait for the money, right? Nobody want to wait. So at the end of the day, guys, you want to make sure that you're prompt in paying, okay, for your subcontractors. Now, people ask me all the time, Fabio, how should I pay my employees? And this also is going to be in the course too. Just kind of giving you a draft here, okay? Should I pay them weekly? Should I pay them bi-weekly? Should I pay them monthly? It's your business. You could pay weekly. You could pay monthly. There's companies that I know that actually pay once a month, right? Once a month. It's whatever you guys negotiate or whatever you say, hey, we're going to pay out on this day. You just make sure the check is ready, okay? There are companies out there that pay once a month. You can pay bi-weekly, as my company do. We pay bi-weekly, or you can pay weekly, right? Or you don't have to have employees at all. You can have subcontractors, right? Subcontractors, you just put them on a subcontractor agreement, right? You 1099 them, right? And then at the end of the year, you give them that form, and they're responsible for the revenue that you paid out through the course of the year. They're responsible for their own taxes, okay? And that's what the subcontractor or independent contractor is, okay? So I just want to make sure you guys get a grab on that, right? It's definitely not easy maintaining employees, but there are certain things that you could do. Okay, like I said, I'm willing to go into vast majority. I think if you watch some of my old videos, you'll kind of see how I deal with it. But I give a lot of free information, but I get a lot of the same questions. So what I have to do, I feel like what I have to do is put you guys on a coaching call, or offer like this course, the employment hiring course, um, and work with you guys independently, right, or individually, right? Because it looked like a lot of you guys aren't grabbing what I'm trying to say here. So maybe if I can kind of nail it home, make it for your current situation. Because again, I get so many emails and so many calls. People say, Fabio, I can't keep this employee. Fabio, I just lost another account. What should I do? I say, well, why did you lose the account? Well, the fucking employee walked off, or this fucking subcontractor fucked me over, or the subcontractor stole the contract, or the employee been hobnobbing with the contact person, right? Again, this is a lot of stuff that I cover in detail on the coaching, okay? So if you have coaching with me, you can take my annual coaching program, which is becoming very popular now. It's $1,000 for the year, right? And that means you can get access to me 24/7. We talk about anything you want to talk about, any paperwork, anything that you need, flyers or anything, all comes in at $1,000, right? All you have to do is just phone us up, or you just send us an email, say, hey, Fabio, I watched the video when you was talking about this course or that course. And there won't be no additional fees that you have to pay for that, right? You'll just pay the $1,000, and that'll go ahead and get you. And I think that's fair, because really it's really a steal. Because if you kind of compare what I offer, and this is not about a sales presentation here, but if you compare what I offer opposed to what a lot of other people on YouTube offering, when you think of $1,000, it might look like a lot of money, but there's other individuals that's offering a lot of other things, right? And it may not be as helpful for you, right? Or when they do launch a new product, right, then that's another maybe $1,000, right? Or $500 or whatever the case is. If you take the $1,000 program for the entire year, you're getting coaching and everything that come with it, right? Lead generation, edge, whatever, paperwork, whatever. Because see, we steady gonna produce this stuff, right? I steady got people on the phones calling for me. I'm steady doing flyers. We steady recreating things, right? Christmas time is coming up. We got the we're already working on Christmas flyers. The Halloween flyers are already out promoting different things like that, and those type of things we sell, right? So, but if you wanted that, it'd just be a matter of a phone call to say, hey, Fabio, can we, get the latest flyer you have, or do you have a flyer for this, that, and the other, okay? But like I said, so what happened with this deal, okay? And then I'll let you guys go. What happened with this deal with the contract? So we did lose the contract, Okay, we weren't able to save the contract on a negotiation. I like to try to negotiate first. The numbers that the franchise offered is incredibly low opposed for that type of contract for what I would have charged, right? I think the price that I have is a fair price, but I know if people feel like they can save a buck or whatever the case is, they will try to save it. And I totally understand that. But you have quality or quantity, right? Are you going to have a quality company, or are you going to be worried about the low pay, right? And I'm not always able to help them out. Now I try to negotiate with you, but if I can't, then we have to let it go. In this instance, we had to let it go. Now, they wanted to keep my employee. So what I did is I called a meeting just for those particular employees at that particular site. I called a meeting. I had a one-on-one with them. Um, and I think a lot of people can utilize this information because, again, when you have a talent, when you have people that you know come to work, that you know you have a nice relationship with in terms of a employer versus employee relationship, sometimes it's better to pay out a little bit more or give some type of incentive for those people to stay, opposed to just let those people go by the wayside. Okay? So I called him in. I let him know what happened. Say, hey, we're losing this contract, guys. I would love for you to stay aboard. We could place you elsewhere, other contracts. Perhaps you could, make more money staying with me on top of what you're currently making now. But here's the deal. I told him, I say, well, the client want to keep you guys because they like you guys. They're accustomed to you guys. Everybody, it's like I say, it's always like this, guys. Anybody can tell you to have a cleaning company. Once they get used to it, they like you. I don't walk in businesses all the time and they say, well, we already have a lady. She's been with us for 20 years. We're not looking for a cleaner, right? That lady can do absolutely terrible work, but they don't want to let her go because they've been with her. They've been a family, if you will, for 20 years. She met her grandson or met her son. They met her son, right? I'm sure she's been to all type of little parties and gatherings and different things like that, right? Got all type of incentives and bonuses and different things like that. But I've had situations like that for smaller accounts and big accounts, okay? So again, when you have talent, you have to respect the talent that you have, right? So again, if you're interested, you can pre-order for the course. I'm giving a discount on that. Just if you're interested in the employment hiring course, just put employment hiring course or employment course in the subject line. We'll let you know what the discount of that course would be. And then when we launch and when it become available, you would get it for that price because you pre-ordered. After that particular date, then it'll be at $400, okay? If you're interested in the coaching, guys, it's $300 an hour. A lot of times I tell people all they need is about 1 or 2 hours, generally speaking about 1 hour, because a lot of times I go over anyway and give you more than an hour, right? Because I like to make sure you got, number one, got your money worth, number two, you got all your questions answered, okay? So again, guys, what wound up happening is the employee stayed with me, okay? It was 5 employees at this particular account, relatively big account. They stayed with me under the notion that they get higher, get paid a little bit more to stay with me, and that we provide placement for them. Okay. Again, so many people let good talent go because of things like this, right? Companies, they want to keep the employees. Now here it is, they could have stayed at the same wages, guys, and they could have worked for the same company under the franchise. But when I talk to them, and this is what you have to remind them about, guys, you gotta use your mind. So I let them know, okay, that we won't be having this contract, and either way that their job could perhaps be in jeopardy. And the reason being is that you never know what could happen if you go to a new company. You stay at this contract, you're under a new regime, so to speak, you're under a new company, and those personalities at those bosses, supervisors, whatever the case is, right? The new people that you under, you don't know them. You don't have a relationship with them. Now you got to get to know somebody totally new, right? Totally new that you don't even know. Okay. Now you could state now that's guaranteed work there, right? Because you know they want to keep you, but you don't know what type of personality trait. So again, I called a meeting for those individuals at that contract. They wound up staying with me. We promised them, more money and placement. In other words, another contract that they could work at for more money. Because again, I respect them. They come to work, right? I don't have any problems with them, and they was doing a good job. So I wanted to keep them aboard. Great employees are hard to find. Great employees are hard to find. Okay. Don't be afraid to offer any incentives, or don't be afraid to offer, like most of the time, it's just more money, a few more dollars to keep them, right? But again, you have to look at it from the relationship that you build. I tell people all the time, don't get too personal. Don't get too personal with your subcontractors or your employees. Do not get too personal. Okay. If you guys want to know more information about the employment courses coming out, again, just put employment course in the subject line, and we go ahead and take care of you in that regards. If you want to go ahead and pre-register for it, again, we're giving a discount on that course. It's going to be a $400 course. We're going to do it for $250. Okay, so when it launched, $250. That's what you pay, let's say today, and then when the course launch, you're going to get it out to you, right? It's going to come to you. The coaching is $300 an hour if you're interested in that. Either way you go, not pressuring you guys to do. I'm just letting you know that the offer is out there. If you want my annual coaching, which would come with pretty much everything, right? Annual coaching is $1,000. That's starting to build up a little bit more. Okay. If you guys have any further questions, comments, or concerns, you know what you can do. You can leave it questions right here on the video. Myself or my assistant Jasmine to answer them back. You can always email me at hollywoodjanitorialserv@gmail.com. hollywoodjanitorialserv@gmail.com. Okay. Just make sure you guys understand how important it is to keep good talent. Okay. Don't be so quick to let them go or so cheap. Okay. And that's whether it's subcontractors or employees. If you want further information on either one, subcontractors or employees, like I said, you can do the coaching, right? Or you can go ahead and pre-register right now for $250 for the employment hiring course. That's coming really soon, and you're going to get it for that, okay? So that's going to do it for now, guys. I'm Fabio Hart. The only person that can ever stop you from starting up your own dreams and making it to the top is you. Take care.